Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Fright Friday right here on Night Owl Video. Today we are talking about the Night Flyer. Look at that. Look at that guy right there. It's pretty scary, hey? I bet you're terrified. This is a first time watch for me, and we're going to be talking about production, cast, crew, critical reception, my thoughts on the film, where you can watch it, and all that jazz. So I hope you stick around. Thank you to everybody who subscribed recently. I'm now up to almost, I think, 425-ish or so. So thank you to everybody who subscribed. You're amazing. And thank you for your support and your comments and your likes and everything else. So blown away by the support that I've gotten for this channel in just the 2 years that I've been doing it. So again, welcome to everybody who has recently subscribed. I hope you enjoy my content. If you have a suggestion for a movie that you would like to see me review, leave it in the comments below. I can't get to everything because I only review movies when I actually find a physical copy for the most part. So that's just the way I prefer to do it. I have watched a few movies like streaming, but I usually don't do those as reviews just because I like to have the physical disc in my hand and show you the cool covers and the artwork and all that stuff. So digital just doesn't really do it for me. Prefer my physical media. This movie was directed by Mark Pavia, who did a movie called Fender Bender, which looks cool. The cover art for it looks cool, but and then he did a bunch of other stuff that I don't know what it is. I've never seen it. So this movie stars Miguel Ferrer, who was also in RoboCop, Deep Star 6, and Iron Man 3. I believe he's the guy that was in Twin Peaks 2, maybe. This also stars Julie Entwistle, who was in and Out, and also Dan Monahan, who was in a bunch of those Porky's movies, and appears to be inactive since the year 2000. So I guess Dan isn't doing much these days. The synopsis for this movie is rival reporters Miguel Ferrer and Julie Entwistle tale a vampire who travels by airplane claiming victims at a small isolated airports. Now, I'd never seen this movie before. I definitely remember seeing this cover on the shelves at the video store, but I don't know, a lot of those like straight to DVD Stephen King ones, even some of the straight to theater Stephen King ones, just not that good. So I think I just kind of avoided this one all these years. But I finally did get around to it. I've heard a few channels that I like mention it, that it's actually good, so I decided to check it out. Born to be Rad is one of the channels I watch, and the person that does that channel said that it was pretty cool. So, you know, you get to watch some of these people, their channels, and then you sort of start to trust some of their recommendations or suggestions, I guess. This movie is based on a 1988 short story by the same name, written by the some would say incredible Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King book. I'm not a big reader. I may have mentioned that in previous videos, but a lot of those Stephen King ones, like Sleepwalkers and Firestarter, and so many of them were just such disappointments. I think I got burned too many times, and then I just didn't trust a lot of these ones. A lot of those Stephen King movies are some of my favorite ones, though. Pet Sematary, The Shining, Dolores Claiborne. There's so many good ones. So, but in this era, there was a lot coming out that just weren't all that great. And there's to that point, there's still a lot coming out. Stephen King movies that are based on Stephen King stories that aren't that great. But The Night Flyer was filmed on location in Wilmington, North Carolina. It premiered in the United States on HBO on November 7th of 1997, receiving a theatrical release by New Line Cinema the following year. I think it did pretty well on cable, and so I think that's why they decided to release it theatrically. The name of the vampire in the film is Dwight Renfield, which is derived from American actor Dwight Fry and his role as Renfield in the 1931 English language film Dracula. The special effects and prosthetic makeup for the film was provided by K&B Effects Group. That's I forget that guy's name now, but they're a very, very well-known makeup company that's done a lot of movie makeup and prosthetics and things like that. The film, which was independently financed by European investors, attracted strong interest from Paramount Pictures. Due to a crowded release schedule, the studio could only bring the film to theaters in time for Halloween of 1998. Director Mark Pavia and producer Richard P. Rubinstein opted not to take Paramount's offer, as keeping the film on the shelves until October 1998 would break obligations they had with their European investors. I copied that from Wikipedia, sorry. But I thought it was worth mentioning. There was allegedly a sequel plan, but that never came to fruition. This film currently holds a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics generally gave it kind of a mixed reception, although I think it, like I said, I think it did pretty well on cable, and obviously it eventually made its way to the theater, and it probably did okay on home video as well. I know I've seen this around since it came out. I remember seeing this cover on the video store shelves, and sorry for the noisy cars in the background. There's the inside. We'll get to the disc in a minute here, but yeah, so critics just generally didn't really give this movie a great reception. Maybe that's because it initially was like a straight-to-cable movie, and so I think some movie critics don't take those quite as seriously as like a theatrical release, but yeah, my thoughts on this film, I thought it was okay. I definitely didn't think it was like mind-boggling or anything. I thought it was okay. The makeup effects were pretty cool. You can see on the cover there's an image of the vampire. There's another picture on the back there. I don't know if you can see that, but ooh, God, the glare. But yeah, I can't put this one over. I can't really recommend it. I thought it was okay for what it was, a made-for-TV Stephen King film. The mood was pretty cool, like set at night. Like a lot of the scenes were at night, and like I said, the vampire was quite cool. The makeup, you just kind of never knew where he was going to be, but I just didn't feel like it really built up as much tension as it could have. But it was okay. If you like Stephen King stories, you'll probably like this. If you like vampire stories, you'll probably like this. If you like air flight, like airplane-y kind of things like that. I don't really have much to say about this movie. I thought it was very average. And again, it might be a situation where it was built up by so many people to me over the years that going into it, I was really excited for it, but I just didn't really find it all that great. Miguel Ferrer was great. I always like his acting. He played Richard Dees in this film. And it's got that kind of like tabloid journalism where they're chasing the hot story. And so it's the tension between the main characters was pretty good. Miguel Ferrer and Julie Entwistle. But yeah, I don't know. Very average to me. You can watch this for free on YouTube if you really want to check it out. This is probably how I would recommend watching it. I don't see this one out and about when I'm thrifting very often. I think I have it on VHS, and this was an upgrade for me a couple months ago, but the old snapper case, as some of you might like them. I don't have any strong feelings either way, but Fort Worth Star-Telegram says startling non-stop horror. Well, that's definitely not true. It definitely stopped many times. And the tagline is "Evil has a flight plan." So, but yeah, this is just kind of your standard straight to cable, straight to DVD kind of fare. I will say the KMB makeup effects were quite cool, which kind of kept me coming back around for the movie because I was kind of waiting to see more. But I feel like there could have been some really great tension in this. They could have really played on that more, but it just didn't really feel like they did. And you just didn't really, I mean, I guess you got to know Miguel Ferrer's character a little bit, but there wasn't a lot of character development otherwise. But yeah, that's what I have to say about My Flier. I'm not going to drag it out any longer than that. This edition is the 1997 HBO edition, I guess. Yeah, it says there's the HBO logo on the side. Runtime is 97 minutes, and thank God for that, because I think if it had gone any longer, I would have probably started looking at my phone. This is rated restricted in Canada. It's a Region 1 DVD. Like I said, it's the old snapper case on the inside, which I showed you a little bit earlier. There's the disc. It's kind of got that cool holographic vampire on it, which is cool. Actually, that's quite cool, actually. I don't think I ever really noticed that, but you can see the vampires like a engraving on the disc. There's the chapter list. You got a few more pictures in there. There's Miguel Ferrer there. You may recognize his face. I think he passed away too, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like he was in Twin Peaks. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But special features on this are an interactive animated menu, which was so popular back in 1997. It has cast bios about the film, special features, scene selections, and original theatrical trailer. So actually, there's even a picture of the menu right there. Back when this is in the early days of DVDs, when the menus and the special features weren't all that great. Obviously, they got a lot better in the coming years with Anchor Bay and people like that doing more and more. But this is your pretty basic standard DVD edition. I don't know if this has gotten any special edition or Blu-ray or boutique label kind of reissue, but yeah, I haven't seen this DVD around, surprisingly. I don't know how rare it is. And like I said, I've got the VHS, but I upgraded to DVD just because I don't watch VHS that much anymore. But yeah, you can watch it for free on YouTube. So if you really do want to see the film, you can go check it out there. I don't think it's streaming anywhere. So again, kids, keep your physical media, or if you see copies of stuff that you like, grab copies of it and keep it, because, you know, these streaming services will not keep them in rotation forever. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Stephen King's Night Flier. What did you think of this hunk of crap? Leave your comments below. I know this, I'm just kidding. I know this movie has its fan base. But again, just maybe one of those ones that's not for me. But leave your comments below. What did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? If you liked it, let me know what you liked about it. It's like such a cool premise, and it could have been so, I think, well done with some of the tension. So maybe it'll get a remake someday, and they'll do it upright. But for now, we have this straight to a cable version of Night Flier. But I'd be curious to read what the book is like too, or the short story, because like I said, I do really like the premise of the story. But so yeah, head over to YouTube, check it out. You can watch it on there for free. That's my thoughts on Night Flier. I hope you enjoyed this review. Consider giving me a thumbs up if you like this content. I did this past Tuesday have Little Monsters with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. I did a review of this past Tuesday, so make sure you go back and check that out. I should have a thrifting video coming really soon, because I did pick up some stuff recently, but I picked up like a little handful. I'd like to get a few more titles, so I will be making a video of that coming soon, so be sure to watch for that. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video, and until next time, I will see you at the video store, or at the thrift store, or just out and about somewhere, but hopefully not in some creepy small town abandoned airport being chased by a vampire. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.